So activity, what I want is requirement. Okay,
Okay.
node history data. Already you did this. Okay,
Yeah.
to which series you load? History series, right? Okay, you do this. Okay, after that create a new measure.
Series. Okay.
Okay, where it will give you the output if history override is there, then give me give the history override value, else give the history value. Okay,
Okay.
so I'll show you here. So history series. Okay, right. Then you have history override. Then you
Wait,
have
wait.
something called final history. Okay,
Yes.
this is what you have to create. You have to create these two if not there. Okay,
Okay.
now for example I have 10 here, 20, 30 here, 40 here for example. I have 40 here. So in this case there is no history override, show the history. In
10.
this case history override they show 40.
40.
This is not there, it's, let me give 60, 660. Okay,
Yes.
this is the one you have to do the setup. Okay, simple setup. Okay,
Okay.
this is one thing. Next thing is uh, in your case you're getting focus for few items, right, at
No,
least.
no, no. Actually, I'm not getting forecast.
And for
Actually,
none of the item you're
no,
getting the
no.
focus.
No, no. Uh, actually, there was some issue with my system.
Okay, fine,
Yeah.
we'll see. Okay, so maybe you can try this. Actually I thought of giving more, you can try this. Okay,
Yeah.
and this first one, activity 1 and activity 2, wherever లేదు is 1 minute, wherever history value is greater than or is less than 50, show in red. Okay, if greater than 50, then show in green. Okay,
Okay.
this is the second one. Okay,
Okay.
third one,
So, yeah,
what else I want? Yeah, create a user. Okay, and apply data filter so that we can see data for only one organization. Okay,
okay.
activity 4, restrict the user from creating the worksheet and disable the workflow Manager.
Mm,
Worksheet. Okay. This.
okay.
Okay. These. So these four activities you do tomorrow. Okay. Anyway, we'll have class tomorrow. Maybe if possible you can do it today or tomorrow after class also you can do it. Okay. I'll try to give more like after a session today.
Okay.
So these are easy only, not complex. Okay.
Yes.
Right. So I'll share this after this session. Okay. Now let's go with the oh, no
Deleting.
questions, right? We can
Okay.
proceed, right?
Okay. Yes.
Sorry, disable,
Okay. Okay. Disable. No?
delete option.
Same for the creating the website also. Right? Stick the user
Yeah,
for
right,
one.
right, right. Delete worksheet option. Disable delete worksheet option. And if a user restrict, yeah, restrict the user from creating the option means you have to disable it, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Restrict for certain user or all the users.
Uh, so same user for
Okay.
above created user, restrict
Okay.
the.
DM user.
Okay, whatever
I need to
value
disable all these functions. Okay.
the user created in activity 3. Okay,
Okay.
what is created in activity for that you have to do this. Okay,
Okay.
right. Sure. Let's go to the workflows. So yesterday we just gone through the overview, right? What is the workflow and all the stuff. So okay, yeah, we'll discuss that later. Let's see this.
Okay.
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 So recording is on, right? Yeah. Okay, now let's go through this. Now let's try to create a simple workflow. Before that, we'll see what are the important things we generally use as part of a workflow creation. If you go to your project also, you'll see most of those things used in most of the projects. Okay, whenever you want to create any workflow, right, just you have to create the new schema icon which is at the bottom of the page. Okay, you'll find one at the top that is different. That's for the creation of a group. The one which you see at the bottom of the page, this is the one for creating a
Workflow.
workflow. Okay, right. So you see a lot of things here, but in general, we use 90% cases. We use stored procedures, transfer step, and launch workflow step. These are the mainly used one. In very rare cases you get use condition specific one. Okay, so we rest all you can ignore it. Okay, it's not used. Most of the things are used by standard workflows, but you have to focus more on this one and launch workflow step. Okay, these are the important steps. So let's start with the already we saw the transfer step, but again I'll walk you through the transfer step. This is the one which we used when we created that import and export profile, correct? Let's
Yeah.
go to that last. So since we cover the others, okay, I'll go through the remaining important, but we'll not see the examples. But I'll try to explain which generally we use. Okay, uh, rarely. So store step procedure. So this as it's see configuring the workflows in Demantra is pretty easy. Okay, not like your EBS. Okay, see
Okay.
when you want to create a workflow using a stored procedure step, it will pop up this window. Just click on this stored procedure, it will pop up a window. So there are a few things. Step ID. Okay, so generally we never use like when you want to stop the workflow execution, that enter you can provide details here. Then name of the procedure or the package which you want to execute as part of this workflow. If any parameters, you can pass the parameters here and
Mm,
click OK. Okay, so unlike your concurrent program, here the parameters are not dynamic. Okay, so once you give a certain parameter here, it will execute every time the same parameter. Okay, so here you don't have a flexibility or advantage where it will ask you for a parameter before you launching a workflow. That option is not there. So if you want to change the parameter, you have to come here, modify the workflow definition and trigger it.
Okay.
Okay, so it's static. Now, then important thing is whenever you create any step, right, it will give step ID, right?
Yes.
Step ID is there,
Yes.
right? So, and then important thing, there's a star icon. So I'll show you that what actually is star icon. I'll create one more step here. It will come with the step two. Okay. Now these two are different or individual steps. There is no connectivity between them. Now, if you want to make a sequence of these steps to execute in an order, right, you have to connect to each other, right? Then basically what you do is you have to click on this, drag it, and connect to the starting point of the next one. So
Okay.
first it will execute this, and second it will execute this.
Okay.
Okay. How will you know this is get executed first and this is executed second? See, there's a star icon, right?
Yes.
Whichever step has a star icon associated, that step will be executed as a first step.
Okay.
Okay. But you cannot give this way. Like for example, this is wrong because it cannot go in a reverse order. Okay. In that case, then what you have to do? You have to delete this step and you have to create one more step and connect to it
Mm.
this way. Okay, so simple point is like whichever has a star icon that is executed first.
Okay.
Okay, you can have multiple star process steps here. So once you have this, you can rename it also and something.
Mm.
So whenever you create a workflow, give the name here. Workflow. Okay. If I try to validate, it should throw an error
Okay.
because the reason is we are not given any name here. Correct?
Yeah.
So that is the reason it's throwing an error. So for just for time being, what I'll do is I'll give the existing standard name here. Okay, ep load items, load locations.
Mm.
Okay,
Okay.
schema is valid now, so you can save the workflow. Okay,
But
so yeah,
we can run this procedure through SQL developer also, no?
how, see, since there's a demo instance, you can
Okay.
run. But if you go to the production instance,
Yes.
check in our client instance whether you will able to run that in production or not. Okay,
Okay.
production you'll not have the read, you'll have only the read access, you'll not have the write access. See, running a
Okay.
process is nothing but writing something to the database, correct? So
Right.
in production you will never have that write access. Okay, so
Okay.
workflows are required. So,
Okay.
validate it. Once you validate, just click on save.
But it's doing the same process, right?
Sorry.
Both are the same process, right?
Yeah, see, there you are exiting through a, directly you are exiting from a database. You are exiting through a workflow. So internally it will launch this only, but
Okay.
here you are running through a
Okay.
workflow. So that will execute in the app schema directly. Okay, so save this. So once you save it, right, save schema saved successfully, and you should see the workflow created,
Okay.
right? So
Yes.
schema ID is there when it got created. Now let's see, if you want to edit it, click on edit. Let's see what actually it will do. I'll disable the live, right?
Okay.
Save it. See, I think if you're not activate, if the workflow is not active, it will go to red in color. Okay.
Uh, you have started, right?
No, no, not started. See what I did, I disabled the workflow. I don't want to use a workflow. I disabled it. Okay,
Okay.
uncheck
Okay.
this live box. So it
Okay.
become the dead process.
Okay.
So if again I go and enable it, then my workflow is eligible for the usage.
You see.
See,
Yeah.
right? Now,
Yes.
this one thing. Now, if you want to create a copy of that workflow, like already workflow is there, you want to create a similar kind, right? See,
Mm.
this is a simple workflow. You have two steps, right? You can create, but if you want to create a duplicate of this, actually this was not there earlier. They introduced this in the later recent versions. You can create a save as option, where you can create a same workflow. After that, you can do the modifications they required. So click OK, right?
Okay.
Save, validate, right? So you should have one more workflow created with the same definition with a different IDs, right?
Yes.
You can modify the definition whichever like way you want, and you see the owner. DM is the owner created when it is created, when it is last modified.
Mm.
This stuff. Okay. This is
Okay.
how you edit the workflow. Edit you can do by either clicking on the workflow name or you can click on the edit option, right?
Yes.
As I mentioned earlier, yesterday, these options edit, delete, and schedule also. I think it will be enabled only for no, edit and delete will be enabled for the workflows who are the owner of that particular workflow. Okay,
Mm.
if you are
Mm.
not owner of the workflow, those things will disable. See, this
Yeah,
is
we
SOP,
can. Mm.
this disabled and this disabled, but you can
Yeah.
start and you can schedule the workflow, right? Now
Yes.
let's see what actually the schedule is. If I click on this one, it will ask you when you want to run this workflow. Like if I click here, it's in IST time zone only. Now it's 9:40, right? What I'll do, I'll just leave 9:42. Okay, let's
Mm.
put this one. Okay, click OK. Okay, right. Now schedule is there. Let it run. Meanwhile, we'll try to discuss. We'll see whether it triggered or not after uh, 9:42. Okay. If
Okay.
by that time we'll try to discuss more. Okay. So if you click on add, there are different options. See whether you want to schedule it daily or you want to make. See, daily means you have to give the time so that it'll run on daily. Okay, every day.
Okay.
And if you go weekly, like on which week you want to run, like you want to run every week. Okay, right? Weekly, which month, which days you want to run, right? Next is monthly. When you ask monthly,
Mm.
you can select on which particular month you want to run it. So do you want
Mm.
to run on a specific day, like first Sunday, second Sunday, something like that, right? You can select
Okay.
that also, or on the first day of the month based on your requirement, right? Then
Okay.
once, only once, like you want to schedule it, but I don't want to run on daily. Like if I want to run today some 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. only for today, you can schedule once in a, only for once also.
Okay.
What is all this? I don't know this one. Launch and startup. Maybe I think whenever you restart the system, restart the application server, right? Maybe
Yeah.
this auto get automatically triggered. Okay, maybe you can try. You can schedule this, create a workflow, right? Try to restart the application server and see once after the application server is up, it will trigger a workflow or not. You can try this. Okay,
Mm. Launch.
I'll tell you once. Launch and startup.
Okay. Okay. Launch. It's a server startup, right?
No, no, not a server start. Whenever you are restarting a server, application server, once
Okay.
your application server is started, automatically your workflow gets triggered.
Okay.
That's what I'm my understanding. I never used it. You can try this. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Uh, Time period. So time period, like if you want to run a specific time, right? Like every 2 seconds or every 5 seconds. Okay, you can use this particular activity. So generally, you never use it. Okay. Uh, okay, mostly used would be your daily, weekly, monthly. Okay, first three would be the mainly used one.
Yeah.
Okay, I think our workflow should have triggered by this time. Let's see process logs. Yeah,
Yeah.
Friday. I think this is the one, right?
Yeah.
See, triggered. 1833 is my workflow ID. 9:42. It completed in few seconds.
Which workflow? This is.
Uh, See this one which we
You have
scheduled.
created three workflows, right? So
No, we created two workflows.
Yeah,
These
two
two.
workflow.
This is the one which I scheduled it, right?
Okay, you
Okay, 9:42. So your schema is 1833, right? If I go to process logs, you can see
yeah.
1833. It triggered exactly 9:42, right?
Oh,
Completed 9:42, like within a minute completed.
okay,
Complete.
where we can see the output or log.
Yeah, I'll show you. Okay. So this you understand, right?
Yes,
Okay, you can check from here. Other than there's a what we call table where you can see whether the workflow is completed or not. Okay.
yes, yes.
So whenever the workflow is running, right, this zero will change to one. For example, I'll trigger again here just to show you that.
Mm,
See, it will change to one and it will show at which step it's running.
mm,
See, it's running at the first step. Okay. If you keep on refreshing, right, it if once the step is completed, it will move to the end step.
yes.
And in between, if you want to terminate, you can terminate the process also. See, second step it
Mm,
came, right? Once complete set, the records gets cleared from here.
mm.
Okay. Now let's see this.
Okay. Mainly, we are using Webflow for moving the data from EBS to Demantra, right?
No, no, I'll tell you. No, no, that's wrong. It's completed. Huh? Say it's completed. So here also there's a table where you can see whether the workflow is completed, running or not. See, I triggered my workflow twice, right? 1833. So
Yes.
its status zero means completed. So if it's running means it will your status will show one there.
Yeah. Yes.
If I start again, see
Yes.
it's running. See,
Mm,
but if you see here, you don't see the start and end date. It won't capture the details here. Okay, since it's a custom workflow. Okay, so how to identify which step? See here it says step two. You may not be having access to the workflow to see like actually what actually the step is, what is step name, right? So what you can do is
mm,
basically go to wf schemas where your workflow definitions are saved. Okay, now if you see this, it's starting with step one,
mm,
means step two in our case, right? Step two,
mm,
what actually the executing part of this, what is the name of this step two? Start, right?
mm.
Within the step it is executing the ep load items,
Yeah.
correct?
Equilibrium.
But again, if you see line number six, right, what it's saying, after step two, go to step three, next step ID. So if
Okay.
you're after using this current step, you go to step three. So what is step three? Step three is your end execute. If you have one more step, it will add here one more. Next step ID, step four. So this
Okay.
way you can understand what is the current step and what is the next step it's going to trigger.
Okay.
Okay. So these are two important tables which you have to remember. So one is workflow process log, where it will show the status of the workflow, and one is the schema name.
Okay.
Right. Now, second. So see, the one which you answered is wrong.
Yes.
Workflows are not only used for bringing the data from EBS to Demantra or sending data from Demantra to ACP. It is
Mm,
also used to run some custom processes within Demantra.
okay.
Okay, there could be some custom calculations which business wants to do, which is not there as part of its standard functionality. For that, what you'll do, you build some custom logic, right? And you'll
Yes.
execute that custom logic through PL/SQL procedure.
Yes.
Okay, so let's do one simple thing. Okay, so in general, most of the clients what they do is before running engine, right? When they run the forecast batch engine, they expect all users to stay away from the application. They
Okay.
ask users to not use the application, but some cases here and there by not intentionally, by mistake they log in sometimes. That will create a problem while running the engine. It may run into performance. So for that we
Okay.
generally write a small procedure where what we do is we log all the users before running the engine. So if you want to
Restrict,
log all, yeah,
restrict mode, right?
no,
Okay.
not restrict. So you have to log. User should not log into the application itself.
Okay.
You have to log the user. How you
Okay.
do that? So if you go to the I told you user table, right? User underscore ID
Mm.
table. So if you see all these users, right? See
Mm.
now there's a column called isLog.
Mm. Ah,
IsLog, right?
yes.
So isLog 0 means unlocked. User is active, they can access the application. If I
Mm.
change it to 1, user will not be able to access the application.
Okay. Okay.
Now, see from front end also you can do, you can log the user, but if you have hundreds of users, it's difficult to log the user, right? So for
Yes.
example, if I go to the business modeler,
Mm.
DM, if I go here,
Mm.
see, if I want to log this user, for example, I'll go here, log user.
Okay.
If I click on this, user will not able to log into the application. So
Mm.
if I have hundreds of users, it's difficult to do for use each and every user, right? So
We
for
can log through group also, no?
no, you cannot log through group.
Oh, if we will log the whole group, so whole member will not access.
No, there is no option.
Okay.
Okay. So now for this functionality, I'll write a small procedure. Okay. I'll
Okay.
write two procedures. Okay. And I don't know whether you know the PLC call or not, but I'll try to write a small one. Okay. Create or replace procedure XX user log is begin update user underscore ID set is logged equals to 1 where user name not equals to DM. See, I don't want to log DM user, okay, because it's a admin user, right? Apart from the DM user, I want to log all the user because DM access will be there only with the selected people, correct? So I
Mm.
don't want to log the DM user, but apart from that, I want to log all other users. Okay, so I'm writing a small update statement saying that okay, once I run this procedure, what you do is go ahead and log all the users. Okay, let's log this. Okay, let's compile it. So my procedure is compiled. So you can check the status of the procedure whether it's valid or not in DBA objects. See, this is valid. Okay, so
Mm.
meaning I can use this procedure in the my workflow. So let me create one more. Okay, so unlock user also. I want to create unlock also. Okay, 0 where users are not equals to DM. So I created two procedures. Okay, one is lock and other one is unlock.
Okay.
Okay, so when before I run the engine, I log the users apart from the DM user. Okay, I'll change this only.
We can run this procedure. Okay. Okay. We will run through
Now
the.
tell me, user.
We can run through the SQL developer also. No? Okay.
See, that's what I'm saying, right? You'll not have
Yeah,
access to the SQL developer in
yeah.
production.
Okay.
Okay, since here is a demo instance, you have access.
Mm.
Okay, you try in your client instance. You'll not have an UAT also. Forget
Okay.
about the production.
Okay.
Okay, let me do XX unlock unlock user. try this. Take this one. Okay,
mm, mm,
valid, save.
mm,
Let's cross check one more time. Whatever we created, I'll go down, right? Lock user.
mm,
So it should have lock user functionality, right? Good.
mm.
And it should have unlock user procedure. So first what I'll do, I'll try to run the lock user workflow. So I'm into a DM user, okay? So once I
Mm.
lock it, I should not able to log in using the demo user, demo one user what I have, right?
Yes.
It's completed already. Let's see here what is the status of all the users. So
Mm.
everything is logged, right? Except DM user,
Okay.
correct?
Yes.
So what I do, I'll log out here. I'll try to log in using a demo user. Let's see whether it
Demo.
will allow or
Yeah. What
not. Okay.
we are getting message. Yes.
It's allowing, huh? Okay,
Mm.
good. Let's see. It's allowing. It's not. Maybe I think bounce is required. Huh? Generally, bounce is not required. Let's bounce server. Restart it. Since I logged it, right, it should not allow me to log into the application. Okay.
Yes.
So I
Yes.
started the application. So let's log into a demo user again.
Okay.
It should throw an error basically. Okay.
Mm.
Let me restart one more time. It will show saying that user logged or something like that. Okay.
Mm.
Let's see from the front end whether it's applied or not. Okay.
Mm.
That log should be enabled now. Earlier it was disabled, right? A
Mm.
demo one user. So go to demo user. See, it's checked now. Okay, it will be checked for all other users except DM.
Mm.
See,
Yes.
right? So basically, it's not allowed to log in. Let's see. I'm starting again, right?
We don't have any another option like we have created one PLSQL procedure, right?
Mm.
If we want without PLSQL.
No, no, there is no option.
Okay.
That only option is you have to do manually. Go and open the user and do watch log.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Front
Yeah,
end. But like huge number of users, then there
yeah,
is.
that's what, right? Yeah, if
Yeah.
you have 100 users,
Yeah.
then it's hard to do user by user, right?
Yeah, one by one. We can do through SQL query also, no? SQL, you cannot SQL through.
What do you do through SQL? Tell me.
Like we will write the like select from this table and
No,
log these users something.
no, that's not possible. See, select is only to read
No, no, select no. Uh, we
the
can.
data. Not to
Okay.
do any update, you have to use the update statement.
Yeah, update statement.
Hmm. See, the account
Okay.
is now logged.
Okay.
Please contact the bank.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Now what I can do? Now let's assume I have done my uh, engine run is completed. Okay. Now I want to unlock the users, right? See, only DM I can log in. See, because I have not logged the DM, right? It will allow me to log in. Okay. Now what I'll do? I'll go ahead and run on the unlock one,
Mm.
right? So if I go and check here, see unlocked,
Okay.
right? This is also unlocked, right?
Mm. Okay.
So your table also should change everything to 0.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
After the restart, you should be able to log into the that particular user also.
Okay.
Let's see restart it. Let me log in this
Yeah.
demo, right?
Mm.
Okay, it's allowing to log
Yeah.
in now, right? Good.
Yes.
Okay. Now see, this is a simple one. Okay. Now for your more understanding, yeah. Before I go further, let me explain few more things. Okay. It's more technical. This one knowledge purpose I'm giving. So if something goes wrong, right? If some workflow failed out, where you check those details, right? So
Mm.
basically, you can check in this particular table. So in this table, you can see the error records. Like something failed, for example. So yesterday we sent a task also, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
See here. If any workflow failed, see my engine failed lot many times. Okay.
Okay.
All these errors you can see here. So portal underscore task you can use for the checking the errors of a workflow.
Okay.
Okay. This is important table. And there could be few more tables there, but they are not the standard one. Standard, but okay, these are the few standard log tables which you use based on the uh, tables used by your tech, technical consultant when he is writing a code. Okay, they can use these three tables to capture the logs.
Okay.
Okay, so that's where you can find the logs of a particular procedure. Okay, you can
Okay.
go through any custom procedures, simple one, any open any workflow. Okay,
Mm.
get the
Mm.
procedure name or the package name. Okay, and try to see how they have written and how they are capturing the logs.
Okay.
Okay, and if you want to write any parameter specific one, see, for example, you can pass a parameter here. I'll show you the standard one itself. That would be easy.
As a Demantra consultant, do I need to write the package also? Package and
Hmm.
procedure.
See, if you are going as a techno-functional consultant, you have to.
Okay.
Okay. So EBS full download. Let's go through this. Standard one. You'll get more. See, there are so many things here.
Mm.
So right now we discussed about this step, procedure step, right?
Okay.
Already I'll go through again transfer step. We discuss this procedure step. So if you see this here, he is passing a parameter here. See, right?
Yes.
So to this procedure, they're passing this parameter. In similar way, if I go to EP load items, right? See, to this procedure, they're passing this procedure name as the input.
PP
Okay.
load again. Okay.
Yeah. So this is a procedure to which they are passing the procedure as a parameter. Okay.
Okay.
So it dynamically picks. Okay. See here also passing the location as a parameter. Okay, that's how. And here's the check condition. Like uh, to which path it to take. When it's true, go to this path. When it's false, you go to this path. Okay, there will be a SQL statement you can write. Okay, or worksheet generally go with the SQL statement. When a SQL condition satisfies, if the value returned is true, it will go to this path. It will execute the upper tree. If it fails, it will go to the lower tree.
Okay.
Okay, so this is about the condition step. Okay, so next is Let's go to the one more. Any questions here?
No.
No, right? Now there's something called. Let me create one more. No. See, there's something called demo launch work first step here. Somewhere it is. Okay, this one. See why
Yes.
actually it's required. So basically, you see this in your most of the workflows, custom workflows also. See, basically, this is used when you want to execute a. See, you have a concurrent request set in ERP, request set.
Yes. It was it.
It will trigger the concurrent programs one after the other. Correct?
Yes.
It will trigger parallelly also. I think here you cannot do that. You can trigger in sequential. See, basically, you want to create a master workflow which will trigger the workflows in sequence. For example, already have these two workflows. Okay, I'm just giving an example. So first what I'll do, I'll try to trigger a workflow.
Okay. Lock and then unlock.
Yeah, just first I'll trigger the lock. And if I want to trigger immediately after that, I'm just giving an example. Okay.
Okay.
So no, like you no need to trigger the two workflows separately. Okay. If you
Okay.
trigger this master workflow, it will trigger these two workflows one after the other.
Okay.
Okay. So same, like validate it, save it. Okay. So it's saying that it will call these two workflows. Okay.
But
Yeah.
which you have created lock user and okay.
No, it's I'm just giving an example. This one, okay. So I'm saying that see you can call two different workflows in a master workflow so that it will execute one after the other. No
O-
need to run separately.
Okay.
In this case, you generally will not trigger one after the other, but maybe we can take one more example. Whenever you want to, okay, maybe 1 minute. That was the best example. If you go to the EBS full download, right?
Yeah.
See, there are two steps here. See,
Yeah.
this and this. If I open this one, right? This has a workflow CTO download planning percentage. So
Mm.
this will launch this workflow, and this workflow will have multiple steps within it. Correct. And after that workflow completion, it will trigger this workflow. This workflow will again have multiple steps.
Mm.
So
Mm.
instead of running, for example, after this download success, I have to run these workflows one after the other. So instead of running workflows separately, what I'm doing as part of EBS full download only, I'm calling those workflows one after the other.
Mhm.
Okay, so first when this execute, this will execute this workflow. After this completes, right, it will execute one more workflow.
Yes.
Okay, understood.
Yes.
Okay, so this is about the launch workflow. So definition would saved in the same table. Okay, there's no need, there's no separate table. It stores in the WF schemas only. Okay, see 1834. Okay, if I
Mm.
query the table WF schemas, you'll see that 1834. See demo workflow launch. See here, if you open this, right? See, it has first step what it is there. First we execute the 1832 workflow. Alright. So after that, what you have to execute? After step one, what you have to execute? Step two. What is step two? Step two is 1833 workflow. So it will execute the workflow internally, one
Okay.
after the other. Okay.
Okay.
So what you can do is, as I mentioned, open your client environment, test or
Okay.
dev, and see the custom workflow steps what are being used. Okay. And the next important one is transfer step. We already discussed. I'll go through one more time. So
Mm.
it's used for both import and export purpose, right?
Yeah.
Import is to get the data from uh, outside to the Demantra system. So you have to select the import profile and select the import profile which you created, right?
Mm.
I think we created one, right? Import data,
Mm.
right? Select the data profile.
Mm.
Click OK. Right?
Mm.
Similarly, you can do for the export also. And we discussed about the this one, what you call tables where this export profiles get stored, export and import profiles, correct?
mm,
Right. So this is about the export and import option. So these details also get saved in the same WF schemas table. Okay.
but in this process also we are triggering the both, no? First we are importing, then exporting.
See again. See, I'm just giving an example based on your requirement. Maybe a workflow can have import and export in the same workflow, or it could be different workflows. Right. I'm just giving an example how you call the steps in a workflow. It's not mandatory that you use both in a single workflow, or it's not mandatory not to use. Based on the requirement, you can call import and export in the same workflow, or you may not be calling it. Maybe you can use multiple import statements, or maybe you can use multiple export statements.
Mhm,
Right. For example, I'll show the standard one. See, let's take this upload one. Okay. See, this is only one
mm,
export, right? One
so, yeah,
procedure step, right?
mm,
Then if I go to some CTO, maybe you see more CTO. See, there's so many input steps, right?
mm, mm,
So based on the need and requirement, you configure the workflow. There's no mandatory that you have only one import and one export, or all exports, all imports, right? It could be either way around. Okay. Again, it changes from requirement to requirement. See here, you have one export, second export, procedures, right?
mm. What is this group step? Last one.
See, basically that is to send a notification, may like what you call message, like what you do.
Okay.
Um, Yesterday we saw the task, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, in the task it will pop up a message like you have to select the group step, and you select the group to which users you want to send the data. Once you let's do that. Okay, since you asked it. Since we don't use much and it's not mandatory, let's show that. I'll show you that. Yes.
Oof.
I'll select the unlock user. Okay,
Mm,
group step, right?
mm,
Okay, now I'm using all these groups. Okay, add, you write the message, user unlocked. Okay,
yes.
validate. What happened?
Yeah,
It's not added, huh?
we have not selected the user, I think.
No, no.
Then,
That's not.
mm,
It's there. Other groups already selected. Okay, that's fine. Validate. Okay. It's not allowing to save. Why?
mm,
1 minute. Huh? Yeah, see? Why it's not allowing is, I'll tell
mm,
you. Since we were using this in some other workflow, I think that is the reason it's locked. But I don't think that is the case. But yeah, let's see. Unlock user, right? I'll leave it from here. Validate, save. Okay, I remove this. I remove from this XX. Unlock user, right? Where else we used it? Oh, I think, acha, acha, this is also restricted. Good. Understood.
Okay, okay.
So
You
user
have
is different.
done demo user. Okay.
Actually, this guy doesn't have the full permissions.
Mm,
That's what it is. Because even if you're calling in a different workflow, it should not log basically. It allows you to modify the workflow.
okay. That's why we are getting one pop-up message.
Hmm. Let's see this. User, user unlocked. Okay.
Mm,
This user, DM user, demo. Okay.
mm.
Run this. I'm not sure whether bounce is required or not because this Demantra versions, each version has different kind of functionality.
But this is latest one, right?
Yeah, this is the latest one. See, this is the last step. Okay, it won't go from here. Okay, unless until you terminate it. Okay,
Mm,
terminate this. See, already send a notification to the user. Okay,
okay. Task. But it will not show here, na? Because you sent a notification for different user, demo one.
no, I think I selected this also. Let's see,
No,
go to the
yeah, you do not select.
demo one. I selected.
Yes,
Okay,
demo one. Yes, it is. Yes.
see, I think I thought selected DM only. Okay,
Mm,
so
mm,
once you select, you can click done and uh,
mm,
refresh.
But it
Okay,
will.
there should be some save also. Save and refresh. Okay, gone.
Mm.
Right?
Where it will show now? Save and refresh.
No, it's completed. Already task is completed. You already saw the data, right?
Okay.
So this you have to terminate. Okay, it won't get cancelled. This workflow, these group steps, you have to terminate it. Okay,
Okay.
since I logged in from a different user, it won't allow to terminate
Mm,
because I triggered it from a DM user. DM user has to kill this. Okay,
okay.
so unless until kill it, it will be stay like that only. It will be in a one status only. See here.
Okay.
Okay, so you can delete the workflow. I can delete this workflow. Delete it. It is gone. See. Okay.
Okay.
So these are the steps, and let's see what else we can go through.
But
See,
you have
yeah,
delete. Okay.
mhm,
Good.
yeah, I deleted one. See, basically use this execute also, but execute use in very rare cases. If you want to use the, if you want to run the shell script or if you want to run any Linux commands, use the execute. Okay. Generally, we never create any custom procedures very specific to that. So to have an example for you, I can show you the standard one. Okay, run engine. Okay, run engine is the one which uses that execute step. Okay, see,
Okay.
if you are running from the Linux, it uses this path, and if you are running from the Windows, it uses this particular path. So only to execute the Unix or Linux commands or the shell script commands, you will use this execute button. Okay,
Okay.
then okay, exe step. Okay,
Okay.
what else you have? Yeah, these things are main things. Okay. Mm, yeah, maybe you can go through your custom your workflows. If anything is there, let me know. I can try to explain. Okay, but these are the mostly used: one, two, three. Okay, you will
Okay.
not use this also. It's only very rarely used. Okay, so this is about the workflows, and this is about how you see, but this is about the on top whatever you have new. It's about to create a new workflow group, like whatever I created my own workflows, the demo group. I can add those two here. Like for example, whatever I created, like this one, I want to make to this group to see all my same like your users or same like your
Okay.
series, right? I'm trying to group them in one place so that I can see them. Okay. And you can make it public or private. Like if I'm creating, I can only see it. Okay, I can make it public. Anyone can see it. See, when I select demo group, it's showing only those workflows. Okay. I don't know which table it stores, but let's try to get that. I never used it. So star from W schema group. See this one. Okay. Share your different groups, right?
Okay. Okay.
So this is how we can find it. Okay.
Okay.
So this user ID is the one who created it. Maybe there could be one more table where you can say like what all workflows which are going to that particular
User ID.
group, right?
Okay.
Group schemas. I think what is this group schemas? Workflow group schemas, schema groups. Let's see this. What I check. Not this one. See these all unless until you do some. Yeah, I think this is a one. See this is my group ID. What is my group ID? There is 340, right?
Mm.
Uh, where group underscore ID equals 340. It should have only four. Four or five what we have? Five, huh?
Five.
Five, right? Right. There's two. Okay, you have the same IDs, right?
Yes.
Okay, this how we can check this. I'll pop everything here. Any questions, Abhishek? This.
No. No.
Okay. So I think we have come done with the workflows. Okay. Let's go with methods tomorrow, right? We I told like for few workflows you don't see that username, right? Or start button is still like these cases, right? It's
Yes.
not there and disabled. So these are called from the methods. Okay. So there's a different thing. Okay. We'll see that tomorrow. It's going to a first topic. Okay.
Okay.